Welcome to the National Museum of the United States Air Force, where we interpret the legacy of the Wright brothers and their ingenuity and spirit of invention every day in our giant 19 acres worth of indoor museum space. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base and its predecessors have always been sites of ingenuity. That heritage is directly traceable to the Wright brothers and the spirit of innovation and accomplishment in aviation science and technology that they brought to this area. For more than 100 years, U.S. air power has turned to this base for inventions and answers, and the National Museum of the U.S. Air Force proudly interprets the Wrights' legacy throughout our galleries. All the people and events wrapped in the culture and history in this museum, the technology and the stories in peace and war, in air and space and on the ground, point right back to the Wrights' pioneering ingenuity. The de Havilland DH-4 was the only American-built airplane to see combat in World War I. Many DH-4s were built right here in Dayton, Ohio by the Dayton Wright Company, where Orville Wright was a consultant. Another legacy of Wright ingenuity is the engines on the famous B-17 Memphis Belle. The four engines on this airplane are Wright R-1820-97 radial engines, a workhorse of American air power in the Second World War. The Wright brothers did a lot of work with propeller design. You can see a whole lot of propellers throughout this museum, and some of the biggest are on this gigantic B-36 bomber from the 1950s. By the way, the wingspan of this gigantic bomber is about the length of the Wrights' first flight. One of the Wrights' most important legacies is how to control airplanes in flight. If you look at modern airplanes like this B-1B, you can see the shape of the wing changes, it has stabilizing vanes at the front. All of these kinds of ideas are legacies of the Wrights' ideas about controlling the airplane in flight. The Wright brothers, believe it or not, even influenced spaceflight. In 1969, when Americans first walked on the moon, tiny pieces of wood and fabric from the 1903 Wright Flyer were taken to the moon by Apollo astronauts. The Wright brothers couldn't have foreseen airplanes like this experimental bomber, the XB-70, but they would have recognized the problem solving that went into making this thing. They solved problems with science, insight, and intuition, and testing. Same thing with the XB-70. An awful lot of study, science, and testing went into this, and that is a legacy of the Wright brothers' methods and their talents. We hope you're able to come see us here at the National Museum of the U.S. Air Force, either in person or virtually. If you can't get here in person, try out our website and the virtual tour at nationalmuseum.af.mil. See you soon.